Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm coming to you from Denmark, and this is my knitting podcast. We have quarantine now in Denmark, so neither I or my kids going to school or my husband is not going to work. We are staying home. First I was thinking that I will have a lot of time for knitting and will have a lot finished project. But that's not so easy when all at home. First we want to have some family time, and then my daughter, she have school and different study what she need to make to the school. I also have some study what now moved to online mode, so we can do stuff online and prepare the exams. So I hadn't much time to knit, and it's also hard because of quarantine. All home, we trying to go for walks somewhere in the parks where we don't close to another people, but we still need exercise and air. So there wasn't so much knitting time as I was expecting. But I have F4, one finished object and one half finished object. So my first finished object, last week I had just ribbon for this hat, and this time it's all ready. I will put a picture of this hat, how it's look. This is a hat Kiato, I think, I'm not sure about pronunciation, by Sari Nordlund. I was a tester for this hat, and I think that will come in April. I really like how it's turned out. I really like the color. I don't remember last time when I had cabled hat and there was something that was missing in my wardrobe, and I don't have any dark color hat, so I'm really happy that I made this. And the patterns call for finger and weight yarn, for heavy finger and weight yarn. I make one from normal finger and weight yarn, so I think it's a little snug on me, but I actually really like this because here weather is like to be really windy, so it's really nice when your ears is covered. But I think if I will make this one more time, I will try to take some plumper yarn or maybe go up needles. But other than this, I don't have, like it is, it fits without no problem. So I'm really happy about this hat. With this hat there was also a cowl, and this is my work in progress. I will try to show you that, but it's now in quite strange place. Oh, I just dropped the stitches. Sorry. Yes, now my stitches are back and I can relax. I don't know how good I can show you. The cowl is started from ribbing. There's a big portion of ribbon, and then we start in the pattern. First it's going around, and then we separate it for front and back. I'm on the ribbing part of the front now, and when I will be ready with this I will go to the back. It's the same color, the same yarn as hat. It has the same pattern on that. It is different stitch count and different construction, but I really like how it's looking, and I'm looking forward to wearing this. I will try to put link to my page Sorry, I get interrupted. It's really hard to record the video when all family is home, because there always someone want to do something or tell something. But as I was telling about this cow, I really like how it's looking, and I think that I will be really happy to wear this soon as I will finish, if the weather will don't become too warm, because it's actually warming and feels really nice now. So that's my finished object. Again, the links will be down there, but it's Kiato by Sari Nordlund and it's Kiato Kohl by Sari Nordlund. And I cannot tell which yarn I used for this, because this year I decided to use as much more yarn from my stash as I can, and there was just some green color fingering weight yarn. I'm not sure even about content of this yarn, but it looks like it's wool with nylon. So I really like this. We'll try to insert some pictures of that. Then I also have a half finished object, and that was also test knit for Sari Nordlund, and it is a socks. I'm keeping them. That's not a project bag, it's more like toilet bag, but it's really handy for me for socks. So this is my sock. This socks call it ballerina socks. It's again by Sari Nordlund, and I believe that will be published in April also, because this knit is just the 1st or the 2nd of April. I hear about this method from someone, don't remember exactly, when you mark every 10 rows on your socks, and then you can knit second one exactly the same to the pattern. But these socks I decided to don't knit 2 at a time, because I wasn't sure if I will make them in a time for test knit, and I wanted to make at least one to have it done. I really like the colors. First I wasn't sure about this top part, but if the color is going good together. But that's one mohair yarn what I had at home, and was similar colors with the main color, so I decided to use that one. I'm not up for going to shops now, and here all yarn shops are closed anyway, and to place an order just for one skein of mohair and don't be sure if that will go right with color, I wasn't feeling good for that. My main color is this yarn. It's yarn from it looks like it's hand dyed, but it's from, there's some big production company making this, so I'm not sure that it's actually hand dyed, or I think just looking more like hand dyed, but maybe, I don't know. It's called Bumba Luxus sock yarn, and I really like this color. It's number, yes, I have number 83 35 109. I will try to put this yarn in my project page on Ravelry. So this yarn is normal fingering weight yarn. It has 75 wool and 25 nylon. I really like this color, and I think it came really nice in the socks. I have more of this yarn, and after I see how it was knitted in the socks, I think I want a sweater with this yarn, and I know that would be really nice if I would blend this yarn with mohair, but I really want some lighter sweater, and with mohair it's quite warm. I have I think 3 sweaters with mohair, and I'm wearing them when it's really cold. So I really want to make some sweater with this yarn later. And for mohair I use some stash yarn. It's hard to tell what color it is. It's like beigey pinky, and it's Rowan Silk Hate. This yarn was long time in my stash, and there was just one ball. Maybe I used this previously for something else, or maybe I bought just one. So I used some for ruffles on this socks, and will use some for another one, but I run into some problems because, of course, all problems come in when we don't expect this. My needles, not needles, needles is okay, but this connection part is get broken, and here it's like, it's not broken completely, but I cannot knit with this more because it's crooked here, and it's when I'm knitting the yarn catched on that, so that's not good. I cannot use this, and that was my favorite needles for doing magic loop, and they are 2mm needles, and I don't know what company they are, but they're metal 2mm needles. So now I will be on the market to looking for another sets of needles. I was here in Denmark in normal shops, like where you go in to buy products. If this is big shop, they normally will have some yarn and some needles, but I was checking if they have something like that, but all numbers for some reason started from 3.5, and smaller they have just DPNs, but I have DPNs on this size, so if I cannot wait with second sock to bought new needles, I always can do this on DPNs. But for now, that was my FO work in progress and half FO. I have a sweater on the needles, but this week I don't put any work in this sweater. I don't put any work in this sweater because there wasn't so much time when I knew I have left one sleeve, but it's a lower color work, and I hadn't actually any time to just pull that and knit on that. I think when I will finish at least with the front of the cowl, then I will make some day when I will work on the sleeve of the sweater, because I really want to finish that. But I put a lot of work in my crochet granny blanket, and because it's for me it's easy to crochet when I'm watching something, or now when I have online study, then I just put this down, and when it's not my time to talk, or when I don't make notes, when I'm just listening and need to answer, then I'm just crocheting with that. So last time when I showed you that, I was here with this stitch market, so I went all way up, and it's hard for me to tell exactly how long it is, but I think it's around little less than 2 meters, so it's quite, rows are quite long, and I really like this. I start just with blue colors, blue, gray and light colors, then I add some greenish like colors, and I like how it's going together. I decided even to put one row on this neon greenishly yellow color. I don't know, I still not sure how I like this, but I think that will blend nice if I will put all another yarn after this. And I think that this project was something what I really was needed for a time like this, when I don't want to count, don't want to think a lot about what I'm doing, about knitting. I just want to knit and make my hands occupied by something. I went through my stash and put yarn what I want to use in this blanket in the basket. Don't know how good you can see colors or how it looks, but I put different yarn. Some of this yarn is acrylic, like this one. Some is just plumper sock yarn, so it's more like a sport yarn. Some yarn is thin, it's like thinner as a fingering, but I just hold that. Oh, I just hold that double, so it's working for me. And I have like some small bits, some where it's a lot of yarn, and I'm working with that, how I have this for now, and I'm really happy with my progress. I'm really happy how it's looking and how fast it's growing. I think that this blanket will be for my son, at least I plan like that, and that will go to his room on his bed. He like all think what I'm knitting for him, so I think that he will appreciate this also. So that's like this. But my another blanket, cozy memory blanket, for some reason is not getting any of my attention now. I had planned to make 365 squares this year. I put this in my Make 9, and first months in January I make a lot, then in February I make 1 square and it's really small, so I decide to keep this closer somewhere on the sofa that I will see this all time and try to work on this more. I don't put a lot of squares in this month, and that would be hard for me to show what I make this time, and I don't have any colors names. I'm not making notes about this. Mostly now I'm working with the yarn what I get in Advent calendar for last Christmas. I use yarn not just for 1 square in my blanket, because I can get square from around 3 grams, and in Advent calendar there was 10 grams, so I can get at least 3 square from 1. So I just placing them in a different places. This is my mini skins what I work with now. They already wound in balls or in cakes, so I just need to make myself work. And my needles, I don't know what size it is, it's less than 2 millimeters, so it's this small, but I really like which gauge I'm getting with this. So I'm trying to put this somewhere that I will see this, that I will work for this on this more. That's all what I was working with this week. I forgot to mention what I'm wearing. This is Rose Water Tea by Black Cat Knits. That was also test knit, and I really like the fit of this tea, and I think now when weather is warming it will be nice to wear this. I don't had a lot of content this week, so I decide that I will talk also about my favorite knitted item what I have in my wardrobe. My favorite knitted item is shell by Steven West. It's called Exploration Station. I think because my gauge was different and I used lighter yarn. Some of yarn was lighter. It turned out smaller as some of I see on internet, but I really like it. When I'm going out of house and I don't know, I wasn't planning where to put on, 100% that will be this shell, and I really like that. That was my first time when I tried to make a brioche, and that was first time when I need some pattern from Steven West. I think I need this around 2 years ago, and I need this really fast. That was hard for me because I get this pattern in Danish language, and then was when I just started learning that. So there was many things but I don't understand what to do, and when I went to the brioche part and that was explained in Danish, I was thinking that that will be a moment when I will give up on this, but I don't give up, and I went through this and I'm really happy with the result. Yeah. After I knit this, I find out that I really like crescent shape shawls, so I hoping to make some more. I have some yarn what I was using here. So first it's the same. It started with this blue yarn on top. That was just yarn what I hand dyed myself with some good food coloring. Yeah, words don't escape me, sorry. So, but it's not bleeding, so that was dyed okay. Then this next color, it's the same color what I just showed that I used this in my socks. It's Bumbo Luxus sock yarn, and the number is written on my pattern page on Ravelry. Then that another blue color, it's hard to tell, I think it's mostly here in this brioche part. Yes, and maybe on this stripe. It's also this Bumbo Luxus sock yarn, and it's have different shades of blue, tail blue and white. I have one skein left of this and I really want to put this in some project, but I don't know what for now, so I'm still saving that. But yes, that's my favorite shawl, and I think that later I will maybe make one more like this, but in different colors, but not for now. So that's what was all for today. Today is my birthday and we are staying home. We don't invite any guests. I think that's first time when I'm not inviting any guests and when I'm just staying home with the family, but because of quarantine, that's all hard and we don't know how all that will develop. So today I start my day with some nice breakfast with my family. My husband went and buy sweets and a cake for us, so that was really nice. I'm planning today to cast a sweater. That was long time on my, it's on my Make 9. I don't remember the name. Yes, the pattern is called the Twigs by Junko Okamoto. I bought yarn for this sweater before. Don't know how I can show you that. It's a lower color work sweater fingering weight yarn. I bought really nice yarn for this sweater, and I think that will be my birthday cast on, so I will finish the recording this video. We'll go to cast on that sweater. We are planning later maybe to go to the beach. I really like sea, so I hope that we will manage to do this. There's not so much people would go in there because it's still really cold. Yeah, and later we will just get the dinner and some cake, and we'll be together and appreciate this what we have now. Yeah, so that's all what I have for now. I hope you're safe and healthy, and I wish you all nice week and nice knitting time. Hi.